Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Janine Samuels.
And I'm Denise Douglas. So glad you could join us this evening. After years of planning, negotiations, and delays, the Purple Line project is officially moving forward. Take a look. This building in Hyattsville is being torn down to make room for the light rail line. By the way, that was Governor Larry Hogan and that heavy machinery that you see right there doing the demolition. The Transportation Secretary, along with Hogan and County Executive Rashawn Baker and other officials were on hand to mark the groundbreaking for the project. They say it is a major move forward economically and in terms of transportation for the region as well.
This project is about the state. We're very proud in Prince George's County that we're creating jobs, but we're even prouder that this will not only get people off the roads, will help with the environment, but also will create job opportunities throughout this great state. And that expands our economy here. And so this is a great day for all Marylanders.
The $5.6 billion contract between the Maryland Department of Transportation and the Purple Line Transit Partners will be used to design, build, and operate the light rail line. This public-private partnership, or P3s as they're called, are widely used throughout the world to fund innovative transformational infrastructure projects. Public-private partnerships are relatively new in the United States, but they hold great potential to help rebuild and revitalize our aging infrastructure.
The project is expected to create 6,000 construction jobs and many more permanent ones. The rail line will run through Prince George's to Montgomery County with 21 stops along the way. The issue of funding for Metro will be at the top of the agenda when some of the region's leaders meet. Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, and D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser haven't been able to agree on a solution to the problem. Metro officials say they need $500 million a year in additional revenue for equipment and maintenance. Bowser says that taxes, raising them, is the best way to do it, but the two governors have not been able to agree on that. We spoke with Hogan about what he wants to see happen.
In our very first meeting, I talked about more federal funding for Metro. That's probably one of the things that we'll be talking about today as well. About 40 to 45% of the people that ride Metro are federal employees, and federal government doesn't pay very much for it. And Maryland pays the most.
Metro is the only major transit system in the country that does not obtain a significant amount of funds from a tax or other dedicated source. Potential revenue sources other than a sales tax include new property taxes or fees.
Search and rescue teams from Montgomery County are heading to flood-ravaged areas of Texas. Nearly 24 members of Task Force 1 left yesterday with a caravan of swift boats and hazmat teams. This is where they are heading. The crews are expected to arrive today. With a lot more rain in the forecast, crews will be busy around the clock.
Deployment is 14 days for all the FEMA teams, so once that happens, we think this is going to be a protracted incident. All indications are the flooding is getting worse in some areas, so their mission is search and rescue. Obviously been making thousands of rescues, not necessarily urban search and rescue teams, but there have been thousands of rescues affected thus far. We anticipate that that will continue, maybe even get worse. So we expect that the additional team, other FEMA teams will be deployed.
Task Force 1 is one of 28 search and rescue teams operated by FEMA. Hurricane Harvey's continual downpours on Texas homes, buildings, and refineries are causing more expensive gas prices across the United States and, yes, here at home in Prince George's County. According to AAA, suburban Maryland's gas prices are just 1 penny lower than the national average, which increased to $2.36. It marks one of the largest one-week summer national surges.
Escalated across the nation. They've jumped 4 cents in the last week. It's the largest one weekly increase we've seen this summer, or the largest weekly increase we've seen this summer. And that may be disconcerting, but keep in mind it's nowhere near the $4 range we saw back in 2008 in July of that year, or the $3 range we saw after Hurricane Katrina. So for all intents and purposes, we expect gas prices to increase between 5 cents a gallon and 15 cents a gallon between now and Labor Day.
Now, the tropical storm is expected to continue to impact the region through the middle of the week, with an additional 15 to 25 inches of rain expected over the middle and upper Texas coast.